Hello and welcome. This is Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm creating some berry themed cards using the Berry Best stamp and die set from Simon Hurley and Spellbinders. So the die set cuts out the stamped images, but there's also inserts for the die, so you can use them on their own if you want, as well as some additional pieces that I'll share with you later on when I'm using the die cuts for my second card. So the inserts add that little bit of texture from the berry or the strawberry seeds or whatnot. And then the greens for the top of the berries are separate as well. So I'm going to start off by stamping my images. But before I use a new stamp set, the very first thing I do is use a white eraser over the stamping surface. It just removes any possible manufacturing residue and then helps the stamp take the ink just a little bit better. I use a soft brush to brush off all of those eraser bits so that I don't get them when I'm stamping. And I'm using some Hammermill Cardstock here. I'm going to stamp the outline of my images first, and then I'm going to be filling them in. And I'm going to be using interference ink pads to do that because I love that shimmer and I thought it would give that stamped image just that extra little bit of just taking it to the next level. So I'm using some black soot distress ink to stamp the outline and detail of my images. I'm using my Misti stamping tool so that I can stamp it multiple times, make sure I get a nice crisp, clear image. I'm going to stamp that leaf twice, and the little flower, I'm going to stamp it 3 times. So I want to make sure to clean off my stamp before moving them to a different place. Otherwise, I risk smearing the ink on the cardstock or even getting it on my hands and then smearing it on the cardstock, which either one is likely to happen. So once I have the second set of image stamped, I'm going to remove that leaf. I only want 2 leaves. And then I'm going to stamp that little flower for the 3rd time, cleaning it off with that damp microfiber cloth and then moving it. So this stamp set has an outline for each one of these images, and then it has a solid piece to color in the image really, really quickly. Now, obviously, you don't necessarily need to use it. You could use your favorite coloring method. You could stamp these and then watercolor them. You could use Copics or dye-based markers, whatever your favorite way to color is. But I chose to use the solid stamps and then use my interference inks for them. So I'm going to position each one of those solid stamps and then put it onto my Misti stamping tool one at a time. That way I don't risk accidentally moving them while the other ones are waiting to be positioned. Now, one of the ways that I love to use my interference inks is using either black or gray ink to show off the 2 properties of the interference inks. If you've never heard of interference inks before, it's like a magic pad that has 2 colors to it. One that shows up on light or white cardstock and the other that shows up on black or dark cardstock. So by adding this Hickory Smoke, the gray ink here, and having that black outline, we're playing with those properties for those interference inks. So I used that Hickory Smoke pad. I wanted to have something different than the outline, so Hickory Smoke was the perfect choice for that. Inked the top part of the strawberry and then used a brush to buffer those lines to make sure I didn't have any harsh lines. Cleaned off my stamp with the microfiber cloth, and then I'm using Cherry Bomb interference ink. So Cherry Bomb is a bright, beautiful red, but the interference property to it is a little bit of a pinky purple color, so it's going to be perfect for these berries. I stamped the berries multiple times. Now, interference inks have the shimmer to them that is absolutely gorgeous. I'll have to tell you right away, when you stamp with them, the shimmer is a little bit more subtle. Some of that shimmer just stays on the stamp. So you still get that beautiful shimmer, but it's not quite as prominent as if you were to ink blend with it, or if you were to, say, swipe the pad right onto the cardstock. It is a little bit more subtle. So with my red done, I'm working on the areas that I want to be green. So I'm using the top parts, the solid parts for each one of those strawberries, positioning each one of them, then closing the door to my Misti to make sure that I don't accidentally bump it when I'm positioning another stamp. And once I have these ones done, I'm going to be working on the green, which is going to be the Summer Garden interference pad. But I want to do the same steps that I did with my red. So I'm starting with the Hickory Smoke interference, adding a little bit of shading to the areas that I want to be darker. So for the big leaf, that's towards the top of the big leaf. For the little stem clusters for my berries, I want it to be darker towards where that stem cluster is attached to the berry. I also use that same ink blending brush in order to lightly buffer that line so I don't have any harsh ink pad lines. And then I ink my stamp with that Summer Garden interference pad, stamping it multiple times till I have the coverage that I want for it. For my little flowers, I'm lightly putting a little bit of hickory smoke on there. And for that one, I'm using Sweet Treat because the Sweet Treat is yellow, but the interference color is pink. So I want to see a little bit of that yellow, but I also want to see that pink. So by using that hickory smoke on there, first of all, it's hard to get the hickory smoke in just one tiny little area because it's such a tiny stamp. So I didn't worry about that. I just got it over the whole flower, but I still see a little bit of that yellow because the hickory smoke isn't super dark. So we see both properties to it. We see some of the yellow, but when you tilt it into the light, you also see the beautiful pink shimmer to it. So I moved that large stamp, or the large solid part, for my leaf there because we have two of them. I want to make sure that that one is covered. Following those same steps, using that hickory smoke, using the ink blending brush to buffer that out, stamping that a couple times, and then cleaning off my stamp with that microfiber cloth before using my interference pads. I want to clean off those stamps because I don't want to get any of that hickory smoke distress ink on my interference pads. So I do clean them off in between the different inks. So now that I have my images stamped, I can die cut them out. There are coordinating dies, so they add a little bit of a white halo all around the die. I'm using some Best Ever Craft tape to tape it in place before die cutting. I want to make sure that when I move it to my machine, I don't accidentally move the die on there. So by using the tape, I know it's going to stay exactly where I placed it. And then I run it through my Platinum 6 machine in order to die cut those pieces out. And you can die cut multiple images at once. You just need to make sure that those dies are not overlapping each other. So I try to make sure to keep the edges of the dies away from another one. If they overlap in the die cutting machine, you can wreck your dies, and we definitely don't want to be doing that. So because I have multiples of those leaves anyways, as well as multiples of the flowers, I'm going to have to put this through my die cutting machine multiple times. So I'm just careful with which dies I die cut, or which pieces I die cut, and do it through several different passes. Now for my background, this stamp set has several different sentiments included with it. So I'm using another piece of Hammermill cardstock, and I'm using that Cherry Bomb interference ink in order to stamp one of those sentiments. Now, when you use the interference inks for stamping, you do need to be gentle with them because they are foam pads. They have a lot of give to them. So I just lightly tap the surface of the stamp with that interference pad, stamp it multiple times to build that ink up, but because there's so much give to that stamp, it's too easy to press too hard and use too much ink, so just have to be a little bit careful with it. For this card, I'm using the Essential Stylish Ovals die set to create some layers in my card. I have some a mat here that I've created to go behind another white piece of Hammermill. One way I like to coordinate my cardstock with my inks when I'm using interference inks is just swipe that pad on the outside of that piece of cardstock. That way the mat is going to match my strawberries perfectly, as well as my sentiment. And I just have to do it around the outside edges. The inside part is going to be covered anyway, so that doesn't need to be swiped with the ink. We don't need to use more than just the outside edges. After using the ink, I glued that to the base of my card, and that piece was die cut, or was trimmed down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. The white inner mat was trimmed to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And then I die cut a second oval out of Raven cardstock. That one was using the die that was just a little bit bigger than the one that I used for my sentiment. Glued both of those to the base, and I'm using Barely Art glue. It's a liquid glue. I have it in a fine line bottle, so it works perfectly for gluing all of the layers together, as well as gluing die cuts together. After gluing those layers onto my card, I put an acrylic block on there just to hold everything nice and flat while I arrange the berries on the top of that acrylic block. That way I can see exactly how it's going to look on the base of my card, know exactly where I'm going to place each one of these die cuts. I can lift up that acrylic block, move it to the side, and I don't lose my arrangement. This is something that I do often. I don't use that acrylic block for stamping very often anymore, so it's always nice for it to have another use to it. I glue the leaves down first and then the berries on top of the leaves, putting one on top of the upper leaf and then two on top of the lower leaves. And then after I've done that, I'm just going to tuck in those flowers in just areas where I feel like it could use just a touch of a different color or just filling in a little bit more. So that Barely Art glue gives me that wiggle room to move and shimmy these die cuts in place. It also gives, it doesn't dry right away, so I can lift up these strawberry and leaf die cuts in order to put those pieces under there. And there we have our first card. And it was really quite simple and easy to do. The only thing that took a little bit of time was positioning those stamps inside the inner outline of the stamp. So for my second card, I used those dies with Poppy Cardstock and Rainforest Cardstock just to die cut them, and then I'm going to use those interference inks in order to do some ink blending on them. So on the Rainforest Cardstock, I'm using some Summer Garden interference ink to just add a little bit of shimmer to the upper part of the leaf for the clusters or for the stems for the top of the strawberries. I'm just doing them towards the base of the stem, very similar to how I inked them or inked the Hickory smoke ink when I was doing my stamped images. For my strawberries, I'm just adding a little bit of that interference ink over the top part, so probably about the top 2/3 of the strawberry. Now, there's extra dies in the set to create some chocolate dip strawberries. I just showed an example there. So it's a fun way to change it up. You could easily use that for Valentine's Day, and I love that little additional detail that are in this die set. Just a fun way to change the strawberries up a little bit and give them more use. So the only thing I really need to assemble with these berries is adding that stem cluster on the top of the berries. I'm using that same Barely Art glue, putting the acrylic block on top of it just to hold it down nice and flat while I'm gluing the next one. For this one, I chose a different sentiment from that stamp set. So I'm using Thank You, and I'm also using Very Much. There is also I Love You that you can put I Love You Very Much. And I love punny sentiments to go with the stamped or die images for cards. So I think these are fantastic. So I'm going to stamp them for this card with that Summer Garden interference ink just to be a little bit different than the first one. And then to be different as well, I'm using the Mirror Arch label die set for this one for my inner layers. I really liked the way the different layers looked on the last card, so I wanted to do something similar but a little bit different. So by changing that shape up, it still looks fairly similar to that, but it also changes it up just a little bit. So I die cut that piece, and then I die cut one out of Poppy Cardstock with a slightly larger die. For this one, I used some Rainforest Cardstock for my outer mat, cutting that to 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then an inner white mat that is trimmed to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches before gluing my layers down. You can see how quick and easy it is to glue the layers down and how handy that acrylic block is. It frees up my hands to be putting glue on the next piece rather than holding something down, waiting for that to completely dry. So I'm going to do a fairly similar arrangement to the first card because I just really liked how that arrangement looked. You could also change this up and just put those berries and leaves towards the bottom, but I always like it when they crawl a little bit up one side. So I just angled the leaves a little bit different from the first one just to change it up a little bit. But you can see how you get a similar but also different look by using the die cuts rather than using the stamps and then stamping and then using the die cuts to cut them out. So two very similar but also quite different cards because we used colored cardstock with interference inks for the second one and stamped and then die cut the first one. But they've got such beautiful bright colors to them that are perfect for spring. And I love that extra shimmer those interference inks give to them. I have a whole playlist with interference inks on cards. If you're looking for more ideas and different ways to use them, I use them quite a lot. They're my favorite inks to use because they just take things to the next level. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all the time that you spend with me. I hope you have a fantastic day.